Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has finished Leeds United 1, West Ham United 2 at Elland Road, and I am absolutely thrilled. With that second half performance in particular is why I'm thrilled. West Ham respond from last week's defeat with a win, and now West Ham have won 4 of the last 5 games. Gone up to 5th in the league as a result of tonight's victory. There's a lot to talk about in this game, as per usual with the aftermath. I'm going to be talking about some players who impressed me, a couple who didn't impress me, some controversial decisions, because yet again, it's not going to be a West Ham game without VAR trying to ruin things, and then I'm going to talk about the goals and all of the action. So, without any further ado, we'll get straight into it. Okay, so for the starting lineup for West Ham, there was obviously going to be one major change. Arthur Masuaku's having knee surgery done to correct a problem that's been bothering for 2 years. I'm not sure why he chose to have it done now though, but either way, he wouldn't play in this game. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So that meant West Ham had to revert to a back four with Cresswell going as a left back. I have reservations about this because West Ham generally go 5 at the back and it's worked, and going 4 at the back doesn't tend to work, because we did that against Newcastle on the opening day of the season and it didn't work. We lost that game 2-0. A start for Saïd Benrahma. He was playing a little bit out of position in a role that was similar to like a false 9, central midfield kind of thing. Not usually what he plays at, but he still adapted to it quite well. Sebastian Haller went up top. Pablo Fornals was on the wing, Jarrod Bowen was on the other wing, Rice and Souček still were making that midfield partnership. And the centre-backs were Ogbonna, Ogbonna, Sopal, it was right back, Fabianski in goal. This was also a very big day for Declan Rice because it marks his 5th year anniversary as a West Ham United player. I'd just got on a drink and some lunch when the first major talking point of the game came around. And it was, I'm just going to say it right now, just so that we know the context, it was a penalty that was awarded and the subsequent events around this penalty which went on for the next few minutes. Before I talk about this VAR incident, I need to talk about something that led to the build-up of the penalty being awarded. Sebastian Haller has a really bad touch, okay, on the ball. He gives it away to Leeds. Liam Cooper puts in a lovely through ball. Patrick Bamford goes one-on-one, takes a touch further on the ball, but Fabianski brings down Bamford and it's a penalty to Leeds. Mateusz Klich steps up to take the penalty against Lukas Fabianski. So it's Polish player against Polish player, weirdly enough. Klich shoots the ball very tamely to the left and Fabianski comfortably saves the ball. But then VAR checks it again and it appears Fabianski is somehow his heels off his line. It's like touching by that much. And if anything, a Leeds player was darting out way further ahead before the ball was even struck. So why wasn't that caught out? Stupid decisions yet again, but either way, the penalty had to be retaken, and this time Klich puts it in the opposite side, puts it away. It's 1-0 to Leeds United. After that, West Ham started to grow into the game a little bit, and you could see it, and it was mainly Saïd Benrahma. As we all expected, he would be causing the problems. The way he was in that midfield, touches on the ball, going forward, running, passing. He was doing an excellent job of all of that. Haller, on the other hand, got on the end of a few chances, and when it actually came round to it, it was either very tame or comfortably saved by the Leeds goalkeeper. And very early on in that half, I was kind of reserving my judgment for Haller because he was still getting the balls and on the end of them. But as the half played out, I've just got to say, Haller did a really bad job. He wasn't really connecting in Leeds' box, and if anything, he was acting like a Leeds defender, giving the balls back to the Leeds midfield. So he wasn't doing very well. Neither was Fornals, actually. Fornals had a very quiet first half. And that was a bit of a damper. But either way, you could see West Ham's attacking threat coming to light. The equaliser came from a set piece. And I've got to admit, if one thing West Ham are doing really well this season, it's set pieces. You can tell we've been practising quite a lot. Jarrod Bowen puts in a corner. Tomáš Souček gets his head on it. The ball crosses the line. Doesn't go in the net. It crosses the line. And it's 1-1. Souček has back-to-back games with a goal. He last did that when it was Chelsea at home and Newcastle away last season, if I remember correctly. But his towering presence, got his head on the ball, got it into net, it's 1-1. And after West Ham equalised, I was thinking that they may start to challenge a little bit more, but no, it wasn't. We looked a bit dry, if anything. Yes, we had possession of the ball, but the one thing that was concerning me for Leeds was what Rafinha and Rodrigo were doing on the wings. because both of them were ripping apart our defence, and Fabianski had to come up big at times to make saves. To go back to an original point here, Hilaire still looked a little bit lost and wasn't doing very much. You remember how ex-West Ham United employee said on the podcast that Diop was playing as a striker? Well, I was thinking to myself, if only Diop was in the squad for this game, then maybe we could put him up front. Because Hilaire wasn't doing really very much. I was thinking, just take him off, maybe put on someone else. Put on maybe Lanzini. Maybe put on even someone like that. Because it's something different. And someone that actually complements Benrahma in terms of pace. Hilaire was flat in that first half. And I've got a funny feeling, I'll say this now, I've got a funny feeling Moyes doesn't really rate him. Leeds started off the second half with 2 really quick chances. I would say West Ham was still attacking, and this time it was more from the midfield. It was more from the midfield because Declan Rice was definitely going forward a lot more. West Ham went forward with big numbers. And as that second half moved past, West Ham dominated and dominated more in that second half. Balls coming in, chances coming in. It was good to see. And I just knew it that West Ham would score a goal eventually in this second half. Hilaire, yet again, was having a few chances. He had 2 point-blank range chances that were punched over for corners. And at this point, I was thinking, well, okay, good chances by Hilaire, but still, he's not scoring them. And he gave the ball away a few times too. The player that wasn't getting that kind of criticism, in fact, the player that was getting the opposite of criticism, praise, was Saïd Benrahma. He had a few good chances to shoot at goal. And the way that he engineers passes and chances for this team, you can tell that he's going to be a big player, and rightly so, he deserved to start that game. He was getting close to scoring, and it was at the end of the day unlucky that he didn't score. But like I say there, Saïd Benrahma is going to be the engineer in this team's attack. Similar to what Firmino is to Liverpool, if you want to make that kind of comparison. Anyway, the good thing about Saïd Benrahma was that he was bullying Leeds. You remember in the Man United game when West Ham had all those chances and came narrowly close, didn't score and then ended up losing? Kind of had that in the back of my mind as the second half played out, because Fornals was that wide from scoring. Hilaire had an overhead kick saved. And I was thinking to myself, well, okay, the chances are coming, but we're not putting them in. Is this a little bit like a deja vu kind of feeling? I don't know, but either way, the dominance was there, and eventually the dominance did pay off. And it was another set piece that got West Ham the winning goal. Cresswell whips in a free kick from the side. Ogbonna rises high, gets his head on it, into the net, 2-1 West Ham. And I'll say this, Ogbonna and Souček's heading abilities from corners and set pieces are key for West Ham. They are so good at it. And if anything, those two players took chances on sight. Maybe Hilaire could learn something from them about taking chances. And if anything, I'll just say this on a side note, West Ham got the goals from simple set pieces. Because what I think's wrong with West Ham right now is we overdo things sometimes. We try too hard to do the basics. And when you try too hard to do the basics, you'll end up messing them up. Save all the flair and glitz and glamour for later, just do your job. That's only a minor complaint though. Moyes made some substitutions in the last 10 minutes. Mark Noble actually went up front alongside Hilaire, not sure why. And Benrahma came off. I'm not sure why Benrahma came off though, maybe he was just a little bit tired. But Benrahma coming off to me could have caused West Ham to lose a little bit of that energy. Ben Johnson also came on, and it seemed like West Ham were going to revert to that back five just to park the bus for the last 10 minutes, and they did that. It's a win that takes us up to 5th in the table. I can't say that I'm disappointed at all. Every single player, for greater or for worse, should get at least 5 out of 10 in this game. And the best thing about it is that, like I said at the start of the video, that's our 4th win in 5. 20 points so far this season, and it's not even January yet. That is an extremely good sign for us. Because usually we'd have gotten like 20 points in February and be doing relegation scraps. But no, let's get as much points as we can before January, and then we can start talking about Europa qualification or even top half finish. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content. The preview for the Crystal Palace game will be recorded maybe on Sunday or Monday. Haven't decided what day I'm going to do it yet, but it should be up in time. Crystal Palace is going to be another big game, and I'm very excited for that. Come on, you Irons. Thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you all soon. Take care for now.